revelator aggregator. Even in quote-unquote death, the actor Isaac Kappy is carrying out a psychological operation. And all this just broke. Allegedly, he committed suicide by jumping off a bridge in Arizona yesterday. He'd gone on some big, long Instagram, or no, it wasn't Instagram, it was Periscope. He'd gone on some big, long Periscope rant the other night about the darkness within himself and something he'd done for money that was treasonous or bordering on treason, and he wrote this big, long suicide note, essentially, that was dated in the future for July the 4th. In this crazy note, he basically says he's Judas Iscariot reincarnated, says it's too late. Well, it talks about how great Jesus is, and then quixotically or idiotically says it's too late for me. Well, bruh, if you believe in Jesus, it's never too late for you. Which leads me to believe all the Jesus stuff you were saying in your note is a lie too. He was still pushing the Mossad Black Cube operation known as QAnon, being a big Q-tard. No offense to the quote-unquote dead if he's legitimately dead. I'm not trying to badmouth the dead if he's legitimately dead. But he was still pushing that QAnon foolishness in his quote-unquote suicide note and all this stuff. And now there's going to be all these conspiracy theories about how the deep state the quote-unquote deep state had him whacked and all this other stuff. When to me, and to a lot of tuned in independent thinkers on YouTube and people that are sort of free thinking and don't fall for the foolishness and analyze stuff, to a lot of folks it was pretty clear he was a psychological operation when he just came out of the blue nearly a year ago. And for those of y'all who don't know, sometime last year, like maybe August, this dude comes out of the blue with some pretty compelling documentary evidence that he's friends with Seth Green. You know, Scott from Austin Powers, Robot Chicken, Macaulay Culkin's childhood buddy, that dude. That he was good friends with Seth Green. And this Isaac Kappy, is kind of a D-list actor, had like bit parts in Thor and Beer Fest and other stuff. And he came out basically exposing Seth Green as an abuser of children, which is not terribly hard to believe. I mean, Seth Green was a child actor himself, and we all know what the demonic beast system of Hollywood does to child actors, which is, so disgraceful and awful and wicked, I don't even want to talk about. But, you know, then he goes down, which he had, like I said, he's got pictures of him and Seth Green and other stuff. So maybe that story checks out, but then he just started basically with no evidence saying that Steven Spielberg was a pedophile and Stephen King and a whole bunch of Hollywood A-listers, which they very well may be, but he was basing it on like stuff he saw on the internet and saying everybody in Hollywood knows and just providing no evidence for these claims. And that's why most thoughtful people in the quote-unquote truth community basically up front realized what he was about, and that he was a part of a massive psychological operation to target free thinkers and quote-unquote truthers on YouTube. And that's basically what the media and the machine used him for. And now in death, no doubt, they're going to use him again for whatever agendas they're pushing. So, and he may not even be dead. I kind of strongly suspect that he may be one of those that they've hustled off to some kibbutz in Israel like they did presumably with Seth Rich. Also, he died at 42. Come on, that's one of their favorite numbers, y'all. And you know they love their hoogie boogie numerology. Father God bless you all. Jesus Christ saves. Stay positive.